have alternate uniforms for the game on Saturday?
Not that I know of. I don't know what the coaches wore in 1918 and 1919. Ties? Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. I'll leave that to you.
Is that something you care about, like in the future you want to have a voice in what they wear for alternates? UCF had a bunch of different combos, but Nebraska's always tried to keep the one.
In general, I think there's maybe a dozen brands in college football and uniforms that you recognize, and those schools probably are better off, my opinion, just my opinion, sticking to the tradition. And we have a strong enough tradition here. Everybody in the country, when they see the N on the side of a helmet, knows what it stands for. So not to say we won't mix it up occasionally, but there's power in what we wear every Saturday, and I don't see us wearing something different every weekend.
Scott, what do you think of the job Craig Austin's done with that O-line, over the last month or so?
We've gotten a lot better. Really kind of with the progression and improvement of the team, the O-line's been in lockstep. I think both young tackles are getting better every week. I've said that. Bo Wilson's doing some really good things, and Tanner and Gerald have both gotten better as years gone along too. So we're giving Adrian more time to throw, and we've done a pretty good job running the ball this year. So Greg's a great coach, and everywhere he's been, his players not only play well but continue to improve.
You guys forced 3 turnovers, 4 punts, had a turnover on downs. I think they only scored on 5 of their 15 drives in the game. If they scored 34 points, they scored 31. How do you think the defense is doing right now as it relates to growth and progress and winning? How did you think they played on Saturday with all the positives and yet the fact that they gave up?
They played a good team Saturday, and I thought they battled. And statistically, we gave up too many points. You'd like to, we need to get some field goals instead of touchdowns and do better in the red zone. And overall, I think offense and defense both played well enough on Saturday to win a game. I'm not sure you can say that about our special teams performance. You got to put all those things together to win football games, and we're getting closer and closer every time we go out. But there were some signs of things that happened on defense that were really encouraging to me. Forcing turnovers, playing as hard as we did, getting more hats to the ball, being a little more physical, seeing some big hits. Every week it's gotten better, and they probably played their best game, even though they gave up 35 points. They probably played their best game on Saturday.
How pleased have you been with Chenander sort of staying the course this year? Because I'm sure it hasn't always been easy with changes in the lineup and things like that. How have you seen him sort of steer his side of the ball through this?
It hasn't been easy for any of us, the players, the coaches, I'm sure the fans. We've had to struggle through some things, and the best thing to do as a leader when you're struggling through things is be consistent and stay the same, and keep your messages the same, and keep encouraging. I know I've said this before, but after this season, regardless of how it finishes, the thing I'll be most proud of from this season is most teams, if they have the start to the season that we had, would have shut it down, would have started fighting, would have got worse. And this team keeps getting better, keeps having more fun playing. Culture keeps getting better. There's relationships being developed. There's a lot of the things being built, even through some trying times. That's not easy to do. And leaders like Coach Chenander and others are the guys that help see that through. Not one coach turned on any players. Players aren't turning on each other. Players aren't turning on coaches. I said this too. The best thing I heard all week is one of my young guys came to me and told me that one of the old guys told him that he was so jealous of the young guy that he was going to get to be around here for 3 more years because of what the players can feel is happening and where they know it's going. And that's great to hear, that even a senior going out the door wishes he could stay here with us a while longer and with his team a while longer.
Scott, the Vines couple hundred yards away from 1,000. Nebraska hasn't had a 1,000-yard rusher since 2014. Just as a guy who's been around Nebraska as long as you have historically, does that mean a lot to you if you could get a 1,000-yard rusher this year?
It would. Our first goal, obviously, is going to be win games, and we'll do whatever we have to on offense to win games. But I'd love to see Divine get to 1,000. I'd love to see Stanley get to 1,000 and JD get to 1,000. And I was just kind of made aware of their numbers today because I don't really look at that. But I think it's possible for all of them to do if we play well on defense. And if those guys hit those benchmarks, that probably means we put ourselves in position to win some games.
Can that help you in recruiting, too, just to have those tangible results on paper to show kids out there that this is what this offense produces?
Yeah, probably. But I think, being out on the recruiting trail, kids see what our offense is about. And, man, if I was a young player in high school looking at our core of young players and especially our freshman quarterback, I'd want to come catch balls from him. So I think a lot of those things speak for themselves, but it always helps to have the proof on paper. And Stan and JD are both, and Divine, are all close to hitting a milestone.
You try a lot of different guys as sort of the third receiver on the field with those two. Have you been surprised that you have sort of found someone that consistently be in that spot, or what do you want to get out of that spot over the last few weeks?
Yeah, I'm a little surprised. We're going to play the guy that we think gives us the best chance, and we've been waiting for somebody to really step up and take it. And at times, certain guys have done good things, and other times, other guys. But we need more weapons on the field, and we'll keep searching until somebody steps up and takes that spot.
Are your young tight ends starting to get to a point where you trust them more in the passing game?
Yeah, I think all three have improved. I'm excited about the future at that position, just like any other, or a bunch of others. Jack's a sophomore, and Austin and Kurt are both freshmen, and we're going to have those guys for a long time. They made a big jump from spring to fall, and they've made a big jump since the start of fall to now. You're starting to see them show up in the passing game. They're all blocking pretty well, and they're all young. So looking forward to the development at that position, and it's great to see them get involved.
Did it make it easier with the Jurgens decision, knowing you had those three guys around for a while?
Yeah, I suppose it made it a little easier, but that didn't really have much to do with it. It was just trying to find the best spot for him. We tried to do what's best for each kid individually, and I really believe Cam will thank me someday for making that move.
Hey, Illinois fired their defensive coordinator before last week's game. Did you notice much different about how they played? I think the score caught a lot of people by surprise how they took it to Minnesota as well.
Yeah, there's some different. You can tell it's obviously in the same scheme. I finished my career in Tampa. Hardy was a legend down there, so got a ton of respect for him and Lovey. I'm familiar enough from those days back then with how that defense works to kind of recognize things. There's some differences, but I don't know how much of that difference was just a game planning thing for that team and how much is going to carry over. So we got to be prepared for what they did Saturday and what they did the rest of the season before that.
You've got a player like JoJo Bowman who's been sort of do a bunch of different things. From your vantage point as a play caller or the game plan, what about a guy like that can do different things makes it difficult offensively?
I told JoJo today the best thing that he did on Saturday, he just made plays. JoJo can play safety, he can play outside backer, but when he got his chance, he went out there and made some plays, and not just a tackle here and there. He made some game-changing plays. And, man, we've been waiting for more guys to step up and do that. So awesome to get him back, and I hope he keeps having the success that he's having. And, him knowing enough spots to move around, will give us flexibility and hopefully make it a little harder on the other team.
Knowing what he's gone through over the last couple of months, was that cool to see him have success when you guys were not on the field?
Yeah, he's been through a lot. He even had bad luck this year. I mean, he had, little nagging things that kept him off the practice field and kept him from getting his chance earlier. So, life doesn't give you that many chances, and when you get them, you got to take advantage of them. And given his chance, he's done a great job, so I expect to see him on the field a bunch.
We saw some new offense, what looked to be new to me, offensive wrinkles on Saturday. How do you come up with those? Like, do you just think of those? Do you and Troy get together? How do those things form?
Just from watching a lot of tape, and we invent some really good things, and some other times I laugh at myself after the game thinking, what was I thinking? That was never going to work. But as a staff, we can usually balance each other out and tell each other when one of the ideas is stupid. We had some good stuff for him Saturday. We'll try to put our guys in good positions again this week, and you just got to keep being creative. I think one of the secrets to what we do is running some different stuff every week and keep people guessing. So we'll go back to our bag of tricks and see if we can find anything else.
Are there plays that are sort of quote-unquote left on the cutting room floor, just stuff that you guys brainstorm, like, yeah, that won't work, and it just never makes it out of the coach's room? Or they're like, do you think of 20 plays and then pick 4, or how does that?
No, we go in as a group on Sunday night and Monday night and kind of all present our ideas, and then we build off those ideas and come up with new ideas based on what somebody else is thinking, and come up with wrinkles. Even our GAs and interns and quality controls get involved. So any and all ideas are welcome, and we try to fit it all together so things are coupling with one another and setting things up. And we got a great staff from that standpoint because there's no egos. A ton of stuff gets cut, and usually more gets added as the week goes along, and we try to land on the best set of stuff that we think we can possibly land on to win a game.
Scott, Urban Meyer after the game said that that's a 2-win team that nobody wants to play right now. What's kind of your thought on hearing that from him?
I suppose that's good to hear. It's not much of a consolation. We've had some great moral victories this year, and those don't count for anything.
Scott, you guys got Breon Dixon onto the field on Saturday. Can you just maybe speak to his development that got him to this point and what he still has to do a bigger role?
Well, we wanted to redshirt him, and we're within our last 4 games, so we're going to get him on the field. Hopefully he can help. He's still got a long way to go in some areas, but we need more depth and more guys on teams and on offense and defense, so hopefully he adds something.
How much have you missed Tyron Ferguson? Do you anticipate him having much of a role these final 3 games?
I hope so. He's been hampered by a minor injury for a while, so hopefully we get him back and healthy. And gosh, we need more depth. More depth will help us on defense. More depth will help us on special teams. And having a few guys hurt and not able to go hurts us from that standpoint.
Do you wait until the offseason to kind of do the whole examination of special teams, or is it pretty clear now what's gone wrong on both the kicking and then the return?
Yeah. Listen, we watch every game, every snap, a practice game. We know what happened and what went wrong. Some things can be fixed now. Some things are going to need other help to get fixed. And, the block punt on Saturday was a miscommunication. That can't happen. Those guys have done that 200 times in practice, and they changed protection on one side, and one guy changed it and didn't tell the other 2. Those things can't happen in a big game. Some of the other things that happen, we're probably going to have to wait and address in the offseason.
Scott, how did your running backs come out of that game health-wise? And the second part of the question is, how does Maurice, how does he react in those big atmospheres like Michigan Stadium, Ohio Stadium? I mean, just a kid,
Maurice is going to be fine. I don't think there's a moment that's too big for him. His biggest issue, I've said this all year, is he needs a year in the weight room and a year to get bigger and stronger and a little more durable. But he went up to Wisconsin and had his best game to date at that point in a tough environment. He just got a little nicked up on Saturday and we couldn't use him as much. But both guys are good to go and we're practicing today.
Hey, Scott, what's your impression of A.J. Bush, and what do you expect from him Saturday, maybe given the fact that he had played here, or was in the program for a little bit before? That's like 3 schools ago. But just the fact that he has a history with Nebraska and what he's done since he's taken over as the quarterback there.
I can only guess. I know AJ by name and a little bit of tape from a long time ago, and not much more. Know he played well last Saturday, and I know if I was playing a team that I used to play for and came back, I'd be excited to play. My guess would be he has a lot of fond thoughts and memories of this place, because it's hard to leave here without thinking that way. But he's a good player, and he certainly played well on Saturday, and their offense looked completely different with him in there.